Sam, I have in my hand Ghana's Public Order Act. And in the Public Order Act, Section 2, Section 1, subsection 5, 6, have this to say. An organizer requested under subsection 4 to postpone or relocate the holding of a special event shall within 48 hours of the request notify the police officer in writing of his willingness to comply. Of his willingness to comply. 6 is the effect that where the organizers refuse to comply with the request under subsection 4 or fail to notify the police officer in accordance with subsection 5, the police officer may apply to any judge or a chairman of a tribunal for an order to prohibit the holding of the special event on the proposed date or at the proposed location. Now, the issue that has scandalized the conscience of the nation is in respect of where the event was held and the attendant consequences. I think as a nation, we need to be more tolerant of protesters because public protest is such a characteristic of mature democracies. I have seen protests where, like you mentioned, they burn ties, they set fire to wood and other things. But the police, who are clothed by you and I, with special apparatus, including bulletproof helmets, batons, guns, and above all, bulletproof crowd control accoutrements, are not supposed to descend on the protesters heavily. What I've seen done in places is that they move in and stop maybe fire from being set to materials on the road. They quench it. I've seen wood, log, being moved onto roads. What I expected the police to do is to move the wood log back. This confrontation and this footage has gone viral. It's so needless. No, in crowd control, as is taught in security courses, the police could have done better with this matter. Now, regarding the remand in custody of the persons who were arrested, I think again our courts have become too willing, too quickly in condoning these applications before the courts. We have some judges who have become regime supporting, freedom denying, right suppressing, people sitting on the bench. When an application of this nature comes, with all due respect to members of the bench, some judges refuse to weigh the application on its merits. A prosecutor is urging the court to remand a protester, a supposed protester, in police custody for 2 additional weeks.
Police and prison custody?
Yes. For 2 additional weeks. And they merely state that on grounds that the person may interfere with police investigations.
They said they are investigating.
Yes. No, on grounds that if the person is granted bail or admitted to bail on stated terms to be determined by the court, he has the potential to interfere with police investigations. And I don't see how that is even reasonable.
Okay.
When, for instance, you could have urged on the court that, in fact, the court should order that the person reports to the police every day, for instance. How does the coming to the police station to report amounts to an interference? But these are regular things that we see. And I think that it is time our judiciary gauge the mood of the people when things like this arise.
All right.
And side with the people.
Okay, thank you. Gary,